How's it going? How are you guys doing? I believe we had just perished. Killing lads at the Pinewood Hotel sounds doable. Definitely had a relax. Chat, do you shower daily? 99% of the time I do. Occasionally I don't. Genuinely. But I don't buy into this shit where showering is, oh, it's actually bad for your natural oils and all that shit. Fuck off. Fuck off. Have a shower, you smelly bastard. But there are some days where, let's say, I'm not going to leave the house. I'm barely going to see anyone. Sometimes I'll do it just to feel a bit cleaner, you know, a bit nicer. But yeah, there are some days where I don't bother. Very rarely. But this idea that your natural body odor is fine, you just don't notice it. But you stink. Cake, how often are you showering at the moment? Or how often do you think you might need to? I'd suppose is the question. Like, is this something where you're like, I don't think, I think once a week is fine. Like, at what point are you... are you saying no bueno? I'm working on it. I'm working on the post-Hooker, TJ Hooker, that is. It's a tall order. Has to be available on Internet Archive, which is a website. You can look it up. It's a good website. Has all the shows and stuff that you might think, and some unusual ones I'd never heard of and stuff. I don't know what to watch next. It has to be a lot of series that you can just watch and download. Has to be Internet Archive means no one gives a shit. You can watch it and nobody cares. So we won't get any trouble. So it's basically got to be it's not like the biggest pool of shows to choose from. Now, Hooker was great because it was kind of just good enough, but also just shit enough. It kind of had it all. So whatever comes afterwards needs to match the criteria of being bad enough that it's hilariously shit, but not so bad that it's unwatchable. Which quite a few shows are. They're just like, geez, this is just awful. You know what I mean? Hooker is just good enough that even though it's terrible, I don't mind watching it. Because we've got our own little Hooker memes going, and we know the show now, so it's kind of entertaining to see little references and stuff that we've got. Zmed coming in low, and Stacy always dressing up as a prostitute. Those kind of little details that in a better show wouldn't be there, and in a worse show would be perhaps unnoticeable because it's so bad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So the Bitcoin is 700k on its own, so we're Gucci regardless. So Starsky and Hutch I don't think is quite shit enough. It's shit, but I don't know if it's shit enough Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's good. But I don't think it's quite shitty enough. Oh! Sorry, which Bitcoin? Lamau? Just one on that body. Oh, we're really close to this one, actually. Oh, you need to install Wi-Fi cameras. By the way, if you guys ever see me do this, it's because sometimes I hear something and I'm like, where's that coming from? And I'm worried I've got my headphones on the wrong way around. So I know that my left is with the cable. So I do that. And if it's on this side, I'm like, oh shit, I know I've gone on the wrong side. Tiny, very dull Flax fact for all you Flax fans out there, the two of you. It doesn't look like there's a Joe Stack tonight. I'm waiting on him. There's no one online, so doesn't look like it. I mean, if there's a stack forming at like 9, I'm there. Hopefully, Johnny. I don't think the bodies do move more. I think we're just using better ammo. I don't know. Because there's not been a patch or anything. We do need to get over there. And we've got the loot to show for it. I genuinely don't know how we get over there in one piece. Ow. I don't know if there's an up and over that we can do here. I don't think that this is all connected, but we'll find out. Jesus. That's such a funny death noise. Oh my god, Rob, that video haunted me. I hated that so much. People were like, ah ha ha, how funny is that? I was like, you listen, she's like, ooh, 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 ooh. It's like the worst pain noises. Like she's in so much pain, she's just making like animal noises. And they're like, oh gosh. And one of the presenters is like, ouch. Oh, that looked painful. Ouch. Like, this is how you know most news presenters are not actually human beings. Yikes, ouch. Boy, that looked like it hurt. Ouch. Fuck off. Be a human being. You can be a human being on TV. Americans. It's true. You can be a human being on TV. You're allowed. Believe it or not.
Excuse me, sir, but it's time to goose.
I hate it.
Georges Jean just Zubed for 7 months.
I love slapstick. People falling over and hurting themselves. Never gets old. But when you can tell that they're actually hurt, how's that still funny? How is that still funny? Like, even if it's someone I think this guy's being a dick, I just think, geez, I don't like it. I don't like seeing people who are obviously in serious pain having a terrible time. It's not funny to me. I don't find it funny. I think it's horrible. I just feel awful. Jeez, my junk boxes are just so full. And of course, the creme de la creme of this run. 2 bitcoins. David, 2 bitcoins. What's interesting though is what exactly does make it funny to people. So, I think for some people, I don't want to get too deep because we're all chilling on a Friday night, right? But I think for some people, it's genuinely, and I know a few people like this, when they are really uncomfortable, and some of you might be able to relate to this.
Ew, David.
Ooh, David. Their reaction is laughter because they don't know how else to react. My eldest is an example of that. Doesn't know how to react in a way that doesn't come across as like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's just, they just don't know how to react. So, as usual, as I've gotten older, I've tried to attribute less to malice. That which you could probably attribute to, some people are just different. So I really think, for some people, tragedy is when I stub my toe, comedy is when you fall in an open manhole and die. But it needs to be like there is a clear difference. Like if someone makes a comical like wahoo noise and falls down a manhole or something, or it's like ah, like in some ridiculous way, like a cartoony way, that can be funny. But when it's just someone in real life falling over and clearly being in real pain, I don't find it funny. I just think it's horrible, which it is. Ooh, David. Right. Let's see how much moolah we got from this run. A therapist, if you will. That's a 2 mil. And a little bit of... I'm back to therapist for... So cheeky little 2.5 mil run. Spicy. Spicy. That's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. I'm telling you, Streets. Streets, Labs. We've become Streets and Labs mains. Because, of course, we're not playing against human beings. So, I go to these places, and there's just nobody there. I mean, if we went to any of those spots, we'd be fucking dead. You'll be fucking dead in a second. You think you'd last 2 fucking seconds out here without me, huh? You'd be fucking dead without me. Alright? Let's, oh, we were in the middle of a Hooker. Hooker was just explaining to someone how they were wrong, and he's the only good cop. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this angle.
That'll be a break for Stacy if they are.
Yeah, as long as we don't spook them.
Right. Go careful, but go fast. The longer she's with them, the worse it gets. All right, that's it. Except find her.
Further, anyone that didn't catch the morning stream, Corrigan and Stacy are on patrol. 4M16, member of the public has reported a car parked illegally at the corner of 4th and Pine, or whatever. They pull up, and he's like, yeah, this car is parked illegally. I guess we'll write him a ticket. And then he's like, that van's parked kind of weird too. And it's right outside a cash checking place. Let's go check it out. They go over there, and they hear people saying, get on the ground, don't move. He's like, Stacy, stay here. I'm going for backup, which is I'm going to go call for backup, which is a terrible plan anyway. But whatever. Why not bring the car over so this situation doesn't arise? He runs over the street. He's like, yeah, we need backup. There's 4M16 on the corner of 4th and Pine outside the cash checking place. We need backup now. Possible 411 in progress. And Stacy, meanwhile, goes, I'm going in. Goes in. Gets the 2 robbers to put their guns to the ground, but there's a 3rd robber. Drop it, bitch! And now they've taken a prisoner.
Jim. You and Stacy took on the holdup solo. Why?
That's the way it turned out.
What were you trying to do? Play Starsky and Hutch? Why didn't you wait for backup?
Stacy's a good cop. It was a judgment call.
I mean, we took a lousy $5,000, that's all. You said there'd be $50,000 in that joint. You said there'd be payroll money, lottery money.
All right, so I was wrong. Shut up and let me think.
While you're thinking about it, you better figure out what we're gonna do with her, man. She's seen our faces.
You know what the bruise for armed robbery is? 30 years.
What are you saying? We kill a cop? It's crazy.
Did you hear what I said? It's either her or 30 years.
Not now, and not unless I say so, okay?
Fell off the guy's wrist as he was running out. I didn't stop to think about fingerprints at all, sorry.
American Pacific, does that mean anything to you?
Sounds like a train or a bank.
I used to do a lot of crewing on racing yachts. There's a big sailboat race. Takes place every 2 years called the American Pacific.
What's that got to do with the bracelet?
Well, skippers do things like that sometimes when they win, you know. Could be a thank you from the skipper to his crew members.
Are you saying that this guy might have crewed on a racing sailboat?
It's just an educated guess.
Well, let's see how your educated guess pans out. How about the marina? Thanks.
Sorry about your partner. If it hadn't been for her coming in the way she did, they'd have killed that old man on the spot.
Stacy did it on her own. It wasn't your fault.
I should have stayed with her.
No, you did it by the book. You called for backup.
Yeah, and she went in to save that old man. You heard it yourself.
I heard it, and that's the way it's going in the report. That's not going to get her back any sooner.
A little bit of oboe there. Was that oboe? That oboe? Any musicians in chat? Any musos? Ah, PFlax. Yes, I enjoy music. We've got this hive key still, a relax key. We still have to kill lads at Pine. I guess we just fucking go again. La Rue de Tarkov. It was oboe-esque. It just had that timbre, you know? Too smooth to be a sax, which has that kind of soul edge to it, you know, that rawness to it. Especially when you overcharge it. The overcharged sax. Do you know what's weird about the saxophone, right? You hang out with musicians, I'm a drummer. Here's my question for you, right? The saxophone in the 90s was seen as cheesy, and this carried on. I think it's a wonderful instrument, and a good saxophone solo brings any song to life because it's such a powerful instrument. It is in many ways the powerhouse of the brass section because you can do anything with the saxophone. You can play classical music, you can play jazz, you can play soul. It can fit into a electronic dance. It can fit into rock. It's a wonderful instrument. The tone speaks to the brain in a way. It's woodwind. I apologize. You're correct. Of course, it's woodwind. It's woodwind. I apologize unreservedly. Yeah, you guys are right. I'm sorry. You're right. Even though it's fucking big bit of metal, it has a little bit of wood, so it's woodwind. But you're right. It is. It's obviously woodwind because it has a reed. Trumpet doesn't have a reed. Apologies. My bad. That was my ignorance. I was not a musician, you can tell. I knew that, but I didn't know it. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's a great instrument. But I think it was overused in the 80s. And a lot of cheesy music in the 80s used the sax. Killed it for a decade or more. But I think it's back. Exactly, Arms. Exactly. It was made cheesy by turning a wonderful instrument into cheesiness. But hey, what I want to know is this, right? And this is true. This is true. This is not opinion. This is true. All right? Just bear with me. Hasn't the guitar been used to make some pretty cheesy music? Haven't the drums? Haven't the bass? Perhaps the reason the sax was seen as cheesy is because it is such a distinctive voice in any ensemble that when it is a cheesy song, the sax feels like the cheesiest part of it. Well, the other instruments aren't there. They're just as culpable. If this was an armed robbery, they're all going inside. But now we're pinning it all on the saxophone as cheesy because it was just a part of an ensemble. An ensemble. You can't tell me that it was the saxophone's fault. Sax solo in Baker Street is classic. I'm a big, big fan of Baker Street. Why don't we on Baker Street? Light on your bed and dead on your feet. Well, another crazy day. And raise my light away and forget about everything. You had a dream about buying some land. You're gonna give up the shoot booze and the one-night stands, and then we'll settle down in a quiet little town and forget about everything. Used to say that it was so easy. Used to say that it was so easy. But you're crying now. Another year and then you'll be happy. Just one more year and then you'll be happy. But you're dying now. Something like that. Christ! Come on, bitch, let's fucking dance! You wanna dance? Let's dance. I'm ready to dance. I'd love to tango. Give me a drink. Give me a drink! With the just man testifying, faithless man believes. Oh, Jasmine, oh, Jasmine. TY.
Au Backstage 81 just aux UBED for 15 months, completely blue off work today to play dot and watch okay.
Good shit. I love ruining people's careers for the sake of just a few bucks. I'm not a good person. guys. I'm a goner. This is no mug, sir. Ah. It's what I call the Friday night special. I forgot to hand in my quest. Such a poop. We got damaged house? Give me damaged house. That ain't great. Who the hell was that? Sounded very far away. Boss, maybe? Is there some kind of boss over here? Big emotic. Where the hell was he? I don't know. Streets. At the shopping mall. He has guards. Could have been. Either way, that means we've got to do that fucking quest again. That is very annoying. Alright, mechanic, you can have it. It is in too parlous a state for me to continue with. Who were they playing? G2. G2XIG. Monet, nothing to say. JT, Baboka, and Nova. Oh, you like my necklace? Which one? I got two. Got a gold one, and I got one that's like a dog tag style chain. I keep my wedding ring on. I can't wear my wedding ring anymore, unfortunately. I get an allergic reaction to it. So I just wear it around my neck. But this was a birthday present. A couple of years ago. I love gold. I know that sounds ridiculous. I really do love gold. Not in a weird kind of rich guy way, but in a I love its origin story kind of way. I mean, I know everything's, I know basically everything's made in a supernova or whatever, but there's something about gold. It's just so beautiful Let me see if I can find this. Not even in a draconic kind of way. Let's see if I can find this. Unfortunately not. So there's a TV presenter and professor called Jacob Bronowski who did a series, one of my all-time favorite TV series, called The Ascent of Man, which is about mankind going from being basically in the caves up to being able to land on the moon, controlling the atom, all this kind of stuff. And it's a wonderful, wonderful series. And Jacob Bronowski is an incredible guy to listen to. Wonderful, wonderful presenter. Incredibly likable, great delivery, very natural. Proper old school TV presenter. Looks like just a fucking university professor. Doesn't look like a TV presenter. Really lovely way of speaking, very charming. And he talks about gold and why it captured the imagination of people, because it's not like there aren't other shiny things out there, right? It's not like there aren't other metals. Why gold? Why is gold something that throughout human history, gold has been seen as valuable and wonderful, and there's something about it? It never tarnishes. You can leave gold out and it doesn't oxidize, it doesn't go different weird colors, and you can purify it in a crucible. They pour it into the thing. You can repurify. You can melt it, and it's pure. You can get gold, and it will stay gold, and it's got that luster, that quality that other metals don't have, where they perish or they tarnish or something. Gold is pure, and it's just something about the way it looks. I think it's because it's like looking at the sun, but a sun that you can look at and it doesn't hurt your eyes. It's like this wonderful golden warm glow to gold. I love it. I absolutely love it. I just think it's such a beautiful substance. So that's why I love gold. I can't really explain it any better than that, but I do love me some gold. Hey, look, all the precious metals are beautiful. They really are. But I mean, honestly, I could have been one of those ancient kings. It's like, bring me gold, and I would have been delighted. I don't own much gold. I have my gold wedding ring. We have to get a new wedding ring because this one was giving me allergic reaction. So we got a new ring. It was gold, solid gold. It was like a big anniversary present. And I fucking lost it.
Excuse me, sir, but it's time to goose.
I fucking lost it.
Hors série noire
Don't know where.
Just UBED for Simmons.
No idea where. I think it's somewhere in the house, possibly. I've torn the house apart looking for it. I've never found it. Really, really sad that I lost my ring. But yeah, it was like the worst fucking feeling. I had it on. I had a nap. I woke up from my nap and I was like, just sort of rubbed my hands together and rubbed my head, and I was like, that's weird. My ring didn't rub against my head. And I looked. No, this was this year. And I looked and I was like, fuck. And I thought, did I take it off? Did I put it somewhere? And I looked. It's gone. It's just gone. I don't know where it is. Fallen into something somewhere, and yeah. It's horrible. Gold metal being found as a native state. I mean, isn't silver also, is platinum not found in its native state? But I mean, finding a nugget of gold, oh my god, that would be so exciting. I mean, when you see people panning for gold and they do that, and then you see the gold, it's like, oh my god, There it is. There's the gold. I mean, you could imagine the thrill of digging and finding a vein of gold. Just the thrill would be unbelievable. Not just because of the money. I mean, the money would be wonderful, don't get me wrong. But just to see that gold in its natural state, I would love it. I would love to dig up some gold, like a big nugget of gold. Be like, oh my god, I found this. It's been in the earth since the earth was formed. That's how long this has been here for. I think there's more to this hobbit than meets the eye. Man, the Fellowship is... Holy shit, what a fucking movie. Am I right? Can you remember the first time you saw it? Do you remember just how fucking thrilling it was? It was like finding a Bitcoin. Well, like, the first time you saw Fellowship of the Rings, don't tell me that you weren't like, this is so fucking good. I love this so much. I don't want this to ever end. It was incredible. I was so happy. Because I loved the book. Like, I read the book, and I loved it. And then to see such a great version of it, made with love, and such great characters, such great actors, oh my god, what a fucking film. I don't think as a trilogy there's been a better fucking trilogy ever made. Where they're all good. You could watch them all again and again. Yeah, The Hobbit. Fuck The Hobbit. What can you do? Yes, you do need to do this. It's kind of silly, but shit gets tucked into these creases and you kind of have to peek for it. That's a very good point. Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a scene where you're like, wait, we get to see them walking around more? Yeah, they just walk around. I'm in. I'm fucking juiced. I gotta go to the bank. My man is absolutely juiced to the tits. Yeah, my lad's like, ugh. Don't get tired now, baby. Rob, listen to me. And this goes out to fucking all of you, alright? So listen good. There is no... Don't listen to the fucking cunts on Reddit who are like, you're killing PvP Tarkov. Fucking man up. Play Tarkov with the rest of us. If you're no good, you're not going to get it without practice. I've been playing this... I've got 2,000 hours in this game. 2,000 hours. I know I can't win. It's not like Dota, where maybe my hero or my optimization or my strategy is better than yours, and my teammates are just better, and we can win through perseverance, and, you know, all I need to do is land this one good ult and all the rest of it. Or, like, just land a good stun. There are people in this game who are better than me, and I will never catch them. And I'm matched against them. In Dota, I'm playing against people around my rank. Around my rank. In Tarkov, I'm not. I'm playing against fucking... absolute sweaty ballsack, unbelievably good lads who are like really good at this game, and fucking hackers and cheats up the wazoo. Right, an unbelievable amount of cheats actually. This is my way to experience a fantastic game, a really fantastic game. It's a beautiful game in a way that I can actually fucking play it. I've done quests I would never have done, ever. Wouldn't have even got close to. Just couldn't. Couldn't get into the bit of the map I needed to be in to do the quest. Literally impossible. Like, I try getting there, I'm just dead. Some lad is in a bush. Bah! Or some lad is sniping and I'm running full pelt and he's like, headshot! With the best ammo. And I'm like, why am I wearing tier 6 anything? So I go in with like tier 6 and they just dome me. I'm like, alright, well, fucking fuck me, I guess. But not anymore. Because now I get to actually have fun playing the game. And I'm having a ton of fun. Thank you very fucking much playing the fucking game for a change. I still die. I've died 180 times. To bosses, to AI, to scabs. I've died. I've died. Oy vey. Ugh. So we're upgrading that. Are we upgrading the security unit? So heating, nutrition, security are all upgrading. Sweet. Christ! Given what a pain in the arse those things are, I'm amazed. I mean, look, if you're good at the game, I completely understand why it doesn't hit the same. Like, I guess as a Dota player, when people play against bots, I'm like, that's cool. Like, there's no shame in that. Play against bots if that's the way that you enjoy the game. But for me, winning a team fight against humans is always going to be better than winning a team fight against bots. Because to me, the bots are just not good enough. Like, it's not as satisfying. But I know a surprising number of people who just don't enjoy playing against other people because they're embarrassed at how bad they are, or they just get beaten too hard, or the people are too toxic, so they're just like, you know what, I don't want to do this. I just want to play against bots because I love the mechanics of the game. I just want to have fun, seeing the spells, casting my stuff, and enjoying myself. Fucking go nuts. Go absolutely as ham as you can. If that's what you enjoy, if that's how you enjoy the game, who the fuck is criticizing that? Like, Aqua is not criticizing it. He's saying, yeah, it's not for me, but go for it. But you get a lot of people who see other people enjoying themselves in a way that they don't, and they get offended by it. You know what I mean? They're like, what? How can you... It's like, well, because people are different, dude. Like, it's a game. It's not like something that you can point at and say, this is why this is better. Or like, I can demonstrate to you why this is more good. Do you know what I mean? This is not that kind of thing at all. More good. I know how to speak. I know how to speak good English. Snoo. Bots have some really questionable behavior and are easy to learn to exploit, but I sometimes don't have time or my anxiety gets the better of me and I just slay some bots. Yeah, it's just fun, right? So bear in mind, Snoog doesn't play Tarkov. So Snoog is talking about Dotes, I believe. I believe. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard you talk about Tarkov before, which is why I assumed that. Obtain the registered mail on Tarkov. You've got mail, Tarkov. You've got mail. You just need to grab it. Where is it? It is in the post office, which is the other side of Pinewood. Pine thingy. So we can do that. Revision Streets of Tarkov. Locate and mark. So Revision Streets of Tarkov. Revision Streets of Tarkov. Which is... This looks horrifying. Oh. I mean, I guess we can do this sort of as we go. We're not going to set out to do this because that's insane. But I guess if we find ourselves there, we can do it. Oh, come on. We need a new relax key. Low flushed. We do need to kill scavs, I think, at this hour of the day. We can try it. Fred, exactly, mate. I mean, look, this is the thing. All right? The vast majority of a community of any game don't say shit. They play the game, they'll play it in silence, they'll leave in silence, and I mean in terms of like Reddit, Twitter, blogs, YouTube, whatever. 99.99999% of people that play a game just get on with playing the game. And if they stop playing the game, they don't feel the need to tell the internet about it. If they're angry with the game, they just stop playing the game. They might talk to their mates about it, but they're not going to fucking go on and on and on and on. The vocal minority of people that play a game are going to be out there saying, oh, this guy, how'd they do this? Why they do the meh? And them complaining about PvE and, oh, this is going to kill PvP. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's really stupid. This game is going to, in my opinion, I think BSG, if they improve the single player element to it, publicize it a bit better, make it more fun, could honestly revitalize the game. Because I've come back. Oh, the Vulcan minority. Jeez, we don't want to get into that. I find your position on Tarkov illogical. Man, imagine fucking playing Dotes with Spock. Or any Vulcan, for that matter. I noticed you didn't use your BKB in that last fight. It would have provided magic immunity. I find your lack of BKB usage disturbing. In fact, looking again, I noticed that you haven't even purchased a BKB. I must say, I find your choice of itemization illogical. They always say that like you're meant to go, oh! But I was like, illogical? Who fucking cares, dude? I'm a human being. We're like 10% logical. What are you talking about? I find it, and I don't mean to beat around the bush here, and I hope I don't offend you, but I find that illogical. Most people would be like, yeah, and? Do you want to be in Starfleet, by the way? You can be the fucking science nerd. I find you illogical. Your comment does not make sense. I am acting in perfect logically. No, you're not. I'd love to fuck with a Vulcan. I'd be that guy. Just fucking with the Vulcan. Doesn't sound very logical. It's perfectly logical. It doesn't sound logical, mate. Are you sure? I am quite sure. I think you're wrong. No. I am correct. No, don't reload! What's the crack? Where the fuck am I? Shrimp! Kipka! What can I only do once? You talking about Pon Thor? Imagine, no wonder they're so fucking logical. Also, you can tell this was written by a fucking nerd virgin. Oh, Spock is so logical he only has sex once. No, no!
Ты куда пошел?
I'm gonna blow up any second, aren't I?
Нет!
Иди, идиот! Я тебя и убью, говно собачье! Жлоб вонючий!
I don't want to go boss hunting. I just want to live. I've seen people come in another way. There's this way, and then...
Что там, бля, в арпе, тупырь?
Сука, ёбнули нахуй! Вон он!
Grenade launched. Damn. Go around to the right. I ain't listening to that shit. Sorry, dude. Killed 2 guards. So the boss was there. I've never even seen the boss on this map. Generally, if that area is that hot, I just die when I approach it. But I need to kill scavs at night. Without wearing night vision. Let's go customs. Customs are probably good for that. And we need to try and kill Roshala. And maybe we could even kill El Gunarinos. Glasses wearers, believe me when I say I curse having to clean these fucking things every day, and yet I am aware in my absolute core that without them my life would be unbearable. Can you imagine as a spectacle wearer going back in time? This is my greatest fear. Bar none. I get sucked back through a time portal. And when I say my greatest fear, I've given this a lot of consideration. Alright? And I'm talking about this is more than like nuclear war, even though I just read a book about that and it sounds shit. Alright? Even worse than that. I'm telling you right now. Nuclear war, very bad. Bad option. We shouldn't do it. But going back in time and then being like, you, human, you help. Ugh, you help Ugh. And you'd be like, Ugh, I can't even fucking see where we're going, bud, because I don't have glasses in the past here. I just don't have anything. I'm fucked. I would be like, oh, you're blind. Like, I'm not blind, dude. I can see fine when I have my glasses. I don't have my glasses. One of your friends over here thought that they were some kind of demonic thing and smashed them off my face, and now I don't have glasses and I can't see shit. Matey, the book is called Nuclear War, A Scenario, and if you want to sleep well, I do not recommend getting it. But if you want to read something interesting, a little controversial, because some people have said she's full of shit. I don't think she's full of shit. I just think that some of the people that disagree with her conclusions are like, oh, you didn't ask the right people. Having nuclear weapons is great. Disarmament would be a big mistake, that kind of thing. Which is, that's a point of view. Obviously, that is a point of view. For some people, if you think about it, post-World War II, we haven't had another world war. Pretty good stretch for us. We we had 2 within a few fucking years of each other. We managed to go pretty good stretch without having a nuclear war or a second world war. Pretty good. But people are starting to wake up to the fact that there are plenty of countries out there, North Korea is a prime example, who are going to have and already have nuclear weapons. Right? They got them. What's the plan? What do we do? North Korea decides to launch a fucking nuke. They don't give a fuck. Their entire society is built around nuking someone. You have population they don't give a shit about. Perfect. You have the High Command, basically with bunkers that lets them live underground forever. And they'd be perfectly happy doing that because they're insane. Great, that's what they're after. What's the plan? They just nuke America. America can't retaliate because it's too close to China. China is like, if you launch at North Korea, Chinese people are going to die because of the fallout and the bomb. So we'll launch on you. And the only way to launch at North Korea, this is the fucked up thing, the only way to launch at North Korea is to go all the way over Russia. And there was a period a little while back where there was like an alarm. People thought there'd been a launch. And they, at no point were they able to raise the Russian counterpart to the US guy, who's like the liaison, who's like, we have not launched and you do not launch. Couldn't get hold of him. He's busy. Couldn't get hold of him. He was away. He was like on holiday or some shit. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get to him. Could have been a nuclear war right off the back of that. So when you read about these near misses and what it would be like, it's really fucking bad. Let's not go to let's go a bit of customs. They are more likely to nuke South Korea, but they don't need to. They have enough shit just on hand. They absolutely could. But they also want to, you know, they'd love to fucking nuke America. Because the thing is, if you're North Korea and you nuke South Korea, you're going to have to nuke America too.
Why?
Sorry to interrupt. Are you guys doxing or are you chilling?
I
don't think.
both.
All right. If you need a +1, hit me up, brother.
Cool.
If you need a +1. All right. Peace. Threads was decent. It was a nice shitty version of like a what a nuclear war would like, how we would handle it. Shit. They absolutely have the capability. Read the book. Read the book. It came out, I think, this year or last year. A lot of the assumptions that we've made are in the conclusions of the book. North Korea's capabilities are much more than you think. The ability of the US to shoot down incoming ballistic missiles is way worse than you think. The idea that China and Russia would side with America if North Korea nuked them, I think at the moment it's safe to say I wouldn't want to put money on that. The theory that they put forward, that is apparently the case, is that the US operates on a launch on warning, not launch on impact, and that Russia is the same. Which is to say that if they have confirmation that missiles are coming, they don't wait to see if that's true. They launch. That's the procedure. That's the correct procedure. And some people are like, no, they don't. But multiple presidents have announced that they want to get rid of that procedure, and they've not gotten rid of it. It's not the dead man's hand. Dead man's hand is different. Dead man's hand is what Russia has, whereby if they're nuked and the ability to launch the nukes is somehow cut off, they still launch automatically. Just so that they could, like, as the perfect deterrent. Even if you pulled off the most immaculate first strike, they're going to launch everything that they can with the dead man's hand. That's their whole strategy. So the issue with Crimson Tide was not checking first. They received a properly authenticated message to launch, and they were preparing to do so. They then started to receive another message. Now, I'm not saying that Crimson Tide is representative of US nuclear policy. It could just be a cool idea. But the idea with Crimson Tide was that they received another EAM, Emergency Action Message, which may have been saying, abort your launch. And you can't just say, we'll ignore that, and because the antenna got cut off, so we'll pretend that we didn't get that message and we'll just crack on with the launch. That was the issue. Now the problem is this, fucking what is happening with Bitcoins tonight? Problem is with the launch stuff is, if I say to you, when you get this message, launch your missiles, it's very hard to then change your mind. Because they launch very quickly. Nuclear submarines can launch extremely fast. Like, I think they actually took longer in the movie than it would actually take. Like, they get to the correct depth, and they can launch all their missiles within 5 minutes. And that's, like, enough to destroy any country in the world. Would be devastated by one nuclear submarine's full launch. So with Crimson Tide, the issue was that he was like, look, there are these Russian dissidents fueling their missiles. We can't afford to fuck around. We've been given launch codes. We're launching. And obviously, Denzel Washington's point was, we've received another message. You can't just launch. This other message might have been saying, don't fucking launch. And you're just going to launch? And Gene Hackman was like, shut the fuck up. I'm the fucking captain, now shut the fuck up. They're fueling their missiles. We don't have time to fuck around. I get claustrophobic, so a submarine is not for me. It's not 1%, it's better than that, but it's not good enough. I think they did, this is just going by the book. But all her sources are there. If people disagree with it, the problem was that they said that she didn't have enough sources to make the conclusions that she'd made. So she spoke to people who had worked for the United States government, for the Pentagon, in their nuclear policy and all the rest of it. And they were like, oh, so this guy says it's the case, so it is? I'm thinking, well, what else are we fucking waiting for? Because there's not much information out there. It's not like they announced the nuclear policy and how everything works. I'm checking the condition, Fred, because if it's 70% or something, the gun's going to be useless in no time. Like, the jam rate is going to go up too fast for the gun to be of any use. And they're heavy, so I don't want to have to lug them about. But yeah, essentially the launch on warning policy means that, I mean, we've had plenty of false alarms where there's nearly been launches. That is a thing. We've come close a few times. In all of the instances, it's either been quickly found out to be like computer error or something, or some vital person has gone, I don't buy it, and just not launched, even though they should have. Stanislav Petrov, I think his name was, Russian guy, the Russian computer was like, massive ICBM launch. And he was like, why would they do that? Didn't believe it. And even though everyone was like, we should launch, sir, he was like, no, don't be ridiculous. There's no way. I can't remember what his name was. You can find it. It's the closest we've come to actual doomsday. And the issue was the Russian launch detection service is not as good as the American one. Surprise, surprise. And it will often detect the sun, some clouds, with the sun gleaming off them. The sun gleaming off a mountain. And say, nuclear launch, when it's not. Anyway, interesting book. In summary, if I may, I would say I really, really, really hope we never have a nuclear war. Now, call me crazy, alright? You can call that too woke if you want, but I reckon it would be bad. Look, you being next to an RAF base doesn't matter. I'll be honest with you. If I was... I would rather die quickly. Shit, I thought I had the key. They'll nuke us all. It's not like... Genuinely not like... If you're not living near a base, you'll be alright. They'll do an EMP strike, knocking out all the electricity, and all the communications, all the cars, all the medical equipment, everything. Gone. That will take us... That alone takes us back to the Stone Age. Like, you're just fucked. Nothing fucking works. Everything breaks down. You've got no electricity. Right? All the water pumps fucking stop. Everything. Farming, forget about it. No cars work. There's no transportation. You're going to starve to death. You're in a major city, you're probably going to get eaten by other people. Or, if they do land, the biggest issue is the fires. Just fires, fires, fires. Day and night, everywhere. They're not overrated. They're not overrated. They're genuinely absolutely catastrophic. Right, the EMP from the sun is one thing. All right, the EMP, a nuclear blast in the air, is so bad that the EMP pulse, like when they do an air burst, the EMP pulse will just fucking annihilate your electronics. Man, I've never even seen a cultist before. Who was that other guy? In 1962, this is 1962, the Soviet Union performed 3 EMP-producing nuclear tests in space over Kazakhstan, the last in the Soviet Project K nuclear test. Although these weapons were much smaller, 300 kilotons, than the Starfish Prime test that the US has carried out, they were over a populated large landmass and a location where the Earth's magnetic field was greater. The damage caused was reportedly much greater. The geomagnetic storm like E3 pulse induced a current surge in a long underground power line that caused a fire in the power plant in the city of Karaganda. What? That's how crazy the Russians were. They were like, how can we test out this whole electromagnetic whatever? Let's just fucking set one off in like a shit bit of the country. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fuck it. Hell yeah. Get stimmed up on woods and kill some lads? Fuck yeah, dude. Woods. Wood. Bam, 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 bam. Wallop. Need a good woods. Wood. Take a little double 10. We'll take a little double 10. That is a tasty burger. And if I have somebody else, this drink to wash it down. What's in this? Sprite. Sprite! Good. That is a tasty burger. Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. What? Does he look like a bitch? Man, what a fucking movie. What a picture. What a great fucking picture. I still remember the first time I saw Reservoir Dogs. Couldn't believe what I was seeing. Could not believe it. And I made a bold claim. I said, this Tarantino lad's going places. And nobody believed me. Barry Norman didn't believe me. My own mum and dad didn't believe me. But I was right. I said, this fucking Tarantino lad, I reckon he's going places. I called him up. I said, Taz. That's what I call him, Taz. Q-Taz. What's up? I was like, yo, what's up, Flax? Man, fucking love your stream. Whatever that is. I was like, yeah, it's 1994, mate. That hasn't come out yet. Anyway. Loved it. You liked it? I fucking loved it, dude. It was brilliant. Ignore the haters. All the people saying that you're like some auteur or prodigy or whatever. Ignore all that shit. You get out there and you make another movie. I'm thinking of some kind of pulpy, fiction-y movie. Pulp fiction? That gives me a great idea. And he did. So Drago, people have criticized his use of the M word, all right? And oh my god. All right, this is a message that got held up. The Nixor lenses. Yeah, that hurt the bank. So a lot of people have criticized Tarantino for having an issue with using the M word, which he does in Pulp Fiction. He himself says it. His characters say it a lot, and all the rest of it. And as Samuel L. Jackson, when he was asked about the fact that they thought that Tarantino was racist, he was like, have you guys noticed how I've been in a bunch of his movies, and generally speaking, the black guy in the films is the smartest guy in the movie. Like, obviously, if you look at Pulp Fiction, Jules is like the smartest guy in the movie. Gets out of the, you know, he doesn't die. He's seeing the error of his ways. He gets out of the game. He's got like a philosophy he lives by. It's like his character is the best character in the movie. People don't quote Travolta in that movie. They quote fucking Samuel L. Jackson. And if you look at Django Unchained, which is like the ultimate anti-slavery revenge flick. Anti-racist, anti-slavery revenge flick. Is it racist in that? I don't know. I mean, the problem is that Tarantino defended himself by saying, I grew up in LA, that's the way we talk. And a lot of other people in LA were like, I grew up in LA, and that is definitely not the way we talk. I don't know where the fuck I am, by the way. There's the big mountain. Like, they felt that he was kind of like, what do you mean that's the way we talk? No, we don't. I feel like Tarantino's whole thing is, this is the way my characters talk, and that feels more genuine. That these guys aren't very nice guys, and some of them are kind of racist, and it's gritty, it's crime, it's horrible people. Well, they're all going to be right on? Liberal types? Come on. So I never really bought that criticism. If you want to criticize Tarantino's filmmaking, I'm happy to do it. Because I got some fucking issues. You love Django most of all. Django's great. Reservoir Dogs is... I mean, I fucking loved that film because I hadn't seen anything like it. And when it came out, remember, this was the 90s when there was still a lot of shit hanging over from the 80s. Well, a lot of shit was getting made that kind of felt like it belonged in the 80s. And then Django comes... Pulp Fiction... fucking... So stupid. Reservoir Dogs comes out, and it's like, oh shit. This is like the new filmmaking. You know what I mean? Great actors. Great script for the time. Feels a little dated now. But the reason it feels dated is because everybody fucking copied Tarantino. You know what I mean? Hateful Eight was like, okay. This is kind of mid. It's like... It's alright. My issue is too many of his films, he's become obsessed with revenge. And gore. Like, I really didn't like, the what was it called? The one where it was like it was meant to be a tribute to like those schlock movies. It had like, oh, plant.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Grindhouse and Death Proof. I really hated that. I hated that. Death Proof was awful. That felt to me like he'd broken up with his girlfriend and he was going to have revenge on women. That's how it felt. I don't want to see women fucking beaten up. You know what I mean? In that way. It just felt so unpleasant. And Grindhouse was just gross and not good. I hated it. Name a character from Grindhouse. By name. I'm not talking about some Superman. I'm saying just regular person. Name a character. What was Kurt Russell's character called in that movie? Anyone? That's not a character. Kurt Russell is an actor. Snake Plissken. He wasn't called Snake Plissken, was he? That'd be hilarious if that was true. Oh. Dominic DeCoco. Is that true? Or are you making that up? And did you have to look it up? I don't know. I honestly couldn't call you out on if you got his name wrong or not. And that's my problem with that movie, is that I don't know any of the fucking characters in it. I couldn't even tell you. It was just schlock. And I guess his idea was, oh, it's meant to be like that. But Death Proof was really unpleasant. Kill Bill is great.
Frag out!
We're dead. Wait, sorry, hold on a sec. Just that you said you only watched Pulp Fiction this year, I meant, is that the same year for his other films? I'm not sure what you mean. Or I don't know if he's talking to me or not. I saw everything that he made in the cinema at release until, let me think. Let me look at his films. His filmography. I mean, I'm not saying I particularly like the guy personally. I find him a little annoying. So these are his movies. Reservoir Dogs, saw it in the cinema, loved it. Pulp Fiction, saw it in the cinema, loved it. Jackie Brown, saw it in the cinema, loved it. Kill Bill 1 and 2, saw it in the cinema, loved it. Death Proof. I don't think I saw that in the cinema. I might have. I didn't really like it. Inglourious Basterds, saw it in the cinema. Quite honestly, I was a little disappointed in Inglourious Basterds. Because when I heard Tarantino was making a World War II movie, I was really hoping that he was going to make, like, a World War II movie. That was going to be, like, something really interesting and coherent. And as much as I enjoy it, like, I've seen it since several times, there are a lot of scenes in that movie that are phenomenal. And I think there are two scenes in particular. The opening scene is incredible. Incredible. That opening scene where he comes there is so good. And then the basement scene where they're in the bar and he stumbles on pretending to be German. Great scene. Great, right? Great scene. However, the strudel scene is not better. The strudel scene is not better. It's clearly not better. Like, that's silly. Here's my issue with both of those scenes. As an opening scene, The first scene, brilliant. Sets the scene. We know who these people are. Oh, but we don't know who these people are, but now we do. We understand Christopher Waltz's character. We understand the threat. We have her origin story. But then, who is everyone else? We met several characters 2 minutes ago. And now we're meant to give a shit about them. Why? Like, the tension in the scene is great, but we just met these characters. You've introduced us to the Inglourious Bastards. Hugo Stiglitz is basically, we see his origin story and see his death. That's silly. The Bear Jew, that whole scene, super dragged out and boring. And just, as usual, Tarantino obsessing over revenge. Like, I would love to see him do a film where, dare I say it, the violence and the payoff is in some way realistic. Because I feel like it's more deserved that way. Rather than them standing over the corpse of Hitler and machine gunning it for like a minute of film. It's just silly. It's just silly. Michael Fassbender is a really good actor. He's an interesting character. Great setup. We meet him, the scene with Mike Myers and Churchill. And then he dies in the next fucking scene. Why'd you do that? I had nothing at stake here. Like, it felt so disconnected. You had these two brilliant ideas, and then it's like you just threw a bunch of fucking spaghetti at the script and hoped it worked out. I thought it was silly. And Brad Pitt was just sort of mugging it up the whole time. And the problem is, people may like his character, but Christoph Waltz gave such a good performance. And a lot of the other actors in that movie are really acting. And Brad Pitt seemed to be treating it like a comedy. And that annoyed me because it completely changed the pace of the film. Whenever he was on screen, it was a comedy. And it's like, what are you making here? Are you making a film which is serious? Or are you making a fucking comedy? And like a goofy action adventure? Because some of it is really goofy. And some of it is really serious and gut-wrenchingly tense. And that I found annoying. The tonal shift out of nowhere that made no fucking sense. I don't fucking get it. Because the little bits that are good are so good that it was like gold slipping through your fingers. That's how I felt about Inglourious Basterds. I thought it could have been so good. But instead it was like this weird mix of comedy and otherwise. Hateful Eight was like... it's more like a play. You should have done it as a play. Django Unchained was good. I really liked Django Unchained. It was cool. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I enjoyed it. But there were two things I had an issue with in that movie. Number one, the whole Bruce Lee bit, I felt was like... felt a bit weird. There was something off about it. I just couldn't put my finger on it, but I was like... what is this saying? Like, what is this about? What's the deal here? Is this because he's a big fan of Hong Kong action movies, and to him Bruce Lee is like a phony? So he's pointing out that he's a phony? Is that what this is? It feels a little weirdly personal. I didn't really know what to make of it. It was a weird one. So yeah, I genuinely wasn't quite sure what to make of that. And yeah, the plot. Good points, Tannis. Like, what's the plot? There was a guy who's a stuntman, and I think my best guess at what the plot is. There's a guy who's a stuntman for another guy, and they kind of become friends and hang out a bit. And the guys who were part of the Sharon Tate murders try to kill Brad Pitt's character, but he is having none of it, and he kills them instead. I think that's right. I think that's right. But I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure that's the plot of the movie. But I don't know if that's a particularly good plot. And again, a little bit more revenge stuff from Tarantino. Like, I don't get it. What's the revenge here, dude? You weren't around for the fucking Sharon Tate murders. Like, what why are you interested in this? Like, what's the deal there? It's kind of weird. I don't know why he's picked that as the focus of, like... Do you know what we should make a revenge film about? The Sharon Tate murders. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's terrible. How are you going to do that? Well, I'll just get Brad Pitt and DiCaprio, two of my bestest chums, to just kick the shit out of some fucking hippies for 20 minutes to half an hour. Okay. Oddly specific, but sure. Go for it. Weird. Weird. Like, who is this for? It's just so weird. I didn't get it. It was not for me. I mean, there were some good bits in it. I didn't mind it. I wasn't, like, bored. I thought it was good. I thought that Brad Pitt's performance was decent. I thought Leonardo DiCaprio was decent. I was like, it wasn't a hateable movie. But I feel like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, geez, I don't know if this is something I'll ever watch again. And I don't think I have watched it again. In fact, I haven't watched it again. I saw it once. And a lot of his films, I was like, I'd actually want to see that again. Yeah, I'd say Hateful Eight I've seen once. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood I've seen once.
Excuse me, sir, but it's time to goose.
Django Unchained I've seen a bunch of times.
Johnny
Inglourious
Bennett,
Basterds I've seen
55
bits of it a bunch
Zubed
of
for
times.
Simmons. Ooh.
Thank you. I will say this, having watched it a few times, I think Inglourious Basterds is actually, it does improve. Kill Bill I thought was just fucking great. I think Kill Bill 1 and 2, in all honesty, might be my favorite rewatchable movies that I don't feel have sort of dated in any crazy way. They're just really fun to watch. And they're cool, and they're sort of, the action is great. I love the story, and it's got some amazing scenes. And sort of whole sequences, really, that I could say were just fucking fantastic. So, yeah. I think it was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I will say this, ad plays. Well, Zaf, you know the solution to that, bud, is fucking subscribe to the channel. What am I doing here? What do I want to do? Kill raiders. Find a cowboy hat. Find CPU fans. Go interchange. Anesthesia unlocks samples. Alright, noted. Any backpacks for me? No, still no backpacks. Anesthesia unlocks samples. Let's go to interchange. Let's go to interchange. We haven't been to interchange in a while. Please, no killer. I would say that's a reasonable guess, Sarcastic Samurai, assuming you're talking about Once Upon a Time. I feel like as a very unique filmmaker, I like the fact that Tarantino does things that other directors don't do. Like it or not, he does do things that no one else does. I respect that, because a lot of the time what he does is remarkable, but unfortunately an equal amount of time I'd say it's really shit. But you've got to take those risks and be someone who is not just like everyone else. And you would never say that he's just like everyone else. He is a very unique director. And I like that, because there's too many directors out there. It could be fucking anybody. What are we shooting, a commercial here? There's a fucking movie. Let's fucking do something good. Let's not just make the same shit and have the same lines. I mean, I'm looking forward to the new Alien movie, but hesitantly. Because having watched the trailer, it has shit in it that, for example, you would not have seen a Tarantino movie. Alright? I'll give you an example. Watching the trailer, it had this line in, which you could drop into any fucking movie. This is the line, alright? You're telling me you want to break into a secure facility, break into that spaceship and steal heavily regulated materials? No character should have that line in a movie. At no point should that line come up. You don't even need the scene where they're discussing whether they're going to do it. And they're talking them into it. It's dog shit. What, are they going to fail to talk her into it? No. You know they're going to talk her into it. So why have the scene? It's a waste of air. Just don't do it. That you're telling me is literally exposition. Die, motherfucker.
Roger that.
Damn it! So, I mean, let's watch the trailer for the new Alien movie, alright? Just to I'll show you my point. Even if I haven't got the dialogue exactly right, just bear this in mind. Alien Romulus trailer.
Are you sure you want to do
Just watch this.
this?
Whoa!
There she is. You want to break in and steal highly regulated equipment.
Like, what are you doing?
Steal highly regulated equipment.
This could be our only ticket out of here. Should be in and out in 30 minutes.
It might be good. It might be good.
Welcome to the Romulus Space Station.
This place gives me the creeps.
What the hell is this?
I don't know.
The fuck was that?
Young?
Stop playing around, man. Just get up.
I'm not playing around. There's something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the water?
No, there's just something in the fucking water.
Run.
Oh shit! Oh god!
Are you alright?
Oh my god! Ah!
Whatever comes, we'll face it together.
Alright, I've seen enough. I'll be watching that. Why do they show so much? There's something in the fucking water! Of course the British guy's an absolute cunt. Why are we always the absolute cunt? You know what? God bless Jason Statham. He's British and he's allowed to be the hero in a movie. No, it's not the whole film. Look, here's what happens. It's called Alien Romulus. It's called Alien. Oh, there's aliens. There's aliens in it. Oh, there's... why'd they spoil... Oh, they spoiled the whole movie. There's a chest burster. Oh, come on. What? Come on. No. Oh, what? There's a chest burster. Facehugger's in the alien movie. Oh, what? Come on, dude. Doesn't matter if you know he's going to die. There's 100 characters in that film. Answer me this. Or answer me this. And yes, I agree. If you watch, here's the Alien trailer, which we watched the other day. It's the original trailer for Alien. I don't know if we ever got around to showing it. Maybe we didn't. Right, this is the original trailer for Alien. This is great. Alright, I love this trailer. The quality's not great, I apologize. Yes, 3 bats. Yes. I'll more about that in a sec. That's fucking great, right? Like, that would have scared the shit out of me. It shows you stuff, but for like 2 seconds. Right? 2 seconds, 3 seconds tops. and you don't really, none of it goes in. It's just someone going, ah, and something horrible, and a cool shot of something, someone looking horrifying, and you don't see the alien. Now, somebody said, I'm sorry, I forgot who, said, you don't know who the star of the movie is. You don't know who the lead is. Sigourney Weaver wasn't a big name at the time. All right? Tom Skerritt was arguably a bigger name. John Hurt, Yaphet Kotto. These are people in that movie. Ian Holm. Sigourney Weaver was not, like, super famous. You don't hear anyone say anything. There's no, you want us to land on a planet with a weird SOS, nothing. Just, you know that there's an alien, there's a planet, people in a spaceship, and shit happens, and it looks fucking terrifying. And that obviously the cat is the main character. You know this. He's probably the captain of the ship. That's enough, right? And we look at it now as Alien fans, presumably people who've seen the movie and loved it, and we say, what a fucking great trailer, because it gives nothing away. Now, I watched Alien a couple of days ago. I sat my 12-year-old down, and I said, you're going to watch this movie with me. And she was like, ugh, do I have to? Oh, my God. I was like, please, watch a film with your papa. This is a film that I watched when I was 13. She's nearly 13. This is a film I watched when I was about your age. Scared the shit out of me. It was a really fucking good movie. Please watch this film with me. She was like, fine. So we watched Alien, start to finish. When Tom Skerritt died, spoilers, it came out 46 years ago, so fuck you. When it came out, sorry, when she watched it, when Tom Skerritt dies, when Dallas died, she was like, he's not dead, is he? I was like, yeah, he got eaten by the alien. You saw it. He was in the vent, he turned around, the alien got him. She was like, no, but he was the main character. She thought he was the main character. She was like convinced he was the main character. But who is the main character in that film? At any point, can you tell? That is a good horror movie. That is a good horror movie. You do not know who's going to die. You genuinely don't in Alien. Here's an example. When I was watching it, Ripley says to Yaphet Kotto, and cannot remember the actor's name. They go off. Yaphet Kotto and her go off to get the tubes of cryo stuff they need for the thing. And she says, I'm just going to go quickly do something. She's fucking around trying to get the cat. In any other movie, you're thinking, she's dead. She's gone off on her own. But she's the one that lives. That's how you make a horror movie. You don't know who's going to die and who's going to make it. People doing stupid things live and people doing smart things die. That's horror. That's true horror. That you can do everything right and still perish. That's true horror. Aliens was a good action movie because everything that they do is logical, but they're losing, but they're still fighting. That's what makes an action movie. And at the end, of course, Ripley triumphs, kills the queen. But a horror movie should have twists. You don't know who's going to win. You don't know who's going to lose. Cabin in the Woods is another good horror movie. You don't know who's going to die in that. You really don't. In fact, one of the characters you think is dead is not dead, right? Like, that's good. When you don't know, who am I following here? Who's the main character? Like, who's going to die? Who's not? That's really good. And then everybody dying, of course, makes it even better. But Alien, that fucking trailer, have you guys seen, maybe some of you haven't, have you seen the deleted scenes from Alien? But don't know if they're on YouTube. They are really disturbing. just a warning, this is quite spooky. So if you're squeamish or you don't like horror, look away. I found this very, very scary. Good point, Lobster Gator. So sometimes the audio dips because it was never properly done, right? Like this never made it, if you like.
What did it do?
So if you see that, that's Brett. That is, he's turning into an egg.
I'll get you out of here. I'll get you up to the shuttle. What can I do? So they cut that, obviously, and that was after she'd pulled the destruct sequence. Okay, so I mean that's a brilliant performance from everyone. Like it's genuinely horrifying, and it shows you a glimpse of, and I'm pretty sure that Cameron must have seen this footage, because if you look at, she arrives and she notices this weird sort of, it almost looks like Aztec kind of writing, but that's like the alien world, or like their sort of nest growing on the walls. She notices that, and it's almost like that is then, if you look at Aliens, when they go into the alien sort of hive on LV-426, that's what it looks like. So I assume Cameron must have seen this footage, but it's really scary. There's also another deleted scene for Alien where Ripley and her name is not Parker. What is the other woman's name on the ship? I can't remember her name. I don't remember. Anyway, the two female characters talk about whether they've... Lambert, thank you. Whether they've slept with Dallas, Tom Skerritt's character. Like, very casually. Like, they just... I don't know. I mean, they dropped it because I think it just kind of... There was no point to it, I guess. But it was like... It was meant to display how sex and everything like that and relationships in the future, like, people don't really give a shit. It's just like no big deal. Like they just chat about it. And there's a little bit of tension between Ripley and Lambert, and that kind of explains it. But I think they took it out because otherwise it's like, oh, they don't like each other because they're after the same man. That's a bit fucking. Do you know what I mean? A little bit fucking boring. But yeah, I thought that the Ripley thing in 4, she was almost playing like I know that she was producer on that film. And it had to be a certain way, and she had all these stipulations and stuff like that. It was bad. The Alien 4 was really bad. And this was the guy who'd made fucking Fifth Element, right? This was Besson. And everyone was like, oh my god, Luc Besson's Aliens, this is gonna be amazing. It was fucking dog shit. It was really fucking dog shit. 4 is not silly but enjoyable. It's fucking terrible. It's really terrible. There's no good part of that movie. Nothing. It's just bad. I feel like some directors are like, oh, you want me to make an Alien movie? Huh. Well, I'm going to make it my way, and it's going to be fucking shit. I'm going to ignore all the cool stuff you liked about the other ones, and I'm going to make it my way. And the weird thing about 3 is, when I heard that Fincher was making it, I was really excited. And Alien 3 tosses everything that Alien and Aliens had out the window. Really bad. Really bad. I don't know what the fuck that movie's meant to be. If you watch Alien, one of my all-time favorite movies. Aliens, one of my all-time favorite movies. And then you have Alien 3, which was like, in my opinion, some good ideas. Like, some of the ideas are nice, and some of the ways it's shot, because it's Fincher, is really nice. There's some good characters, some good performances, interesting setup. But fuck me. That was bad. The effects especially are so dated now. It's really bad. And 4 was just awful. And the less said about the later ones. I haven't even seen the second of the more recent ones. Because what was it? Alien Prometheus was so fucking awful. I saw it in the cinema. We saw it in 3D. And the effects and the alien and the navigator and all that looked amazing. But in terms of plot and how it hung together, I mean, the scene that genuinely offended me the most was the fact that she was pregnant with this alien, and then they cut it out of her and all this. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? This is so offensive. Like, this is just unnecessary and awful. Really awful. I just hated it. I hated it so much. But the way it looked, it was great. But yeah, Idris Elba was in it for like 2 minutes. It was like another thing where they just introduced people, and it was like, this is terrible. I said it was really bad. Guy Pearce's character was awful. Fassbender's character was awful. It was just bad. I mean, yeah, I agree. We don't need a backstory. Let's be perfectly fucking blunt here. There are 2 ways to do an Alien movie as a sequel. You either stay at the same vibe, where it's low-key, lo-fi, people trapped in an area with this terrifying creature, they don't know what they're up against, or you go bigger. And suddenly this is aliens, the aliens are here on planet Earth. You know what I mean? Which I really wouldn't want to see, because it would just scale it up and take the horror out of it and basically make World War Z but with aliens. But you can't do this weird sideways, we're going to go backwards shit. The aliens fly now. The aliens have guns now. Like it just starts to suck. It's a shame. I really fucking loved the Alien sort of movies. I read a load of the comics. Yeah, chuck some Predators in there. Fucking hoy them in there. What about some fucking Predators? I just don't know what they do. Pinewood? Do we go back to Streets? Streets. Ballet Lover. This is... You need Skybridge. Can't buy it. Oh, you can get one inside the Brodion pub on the shelf behind the bar counter. AVP was fun as hell. Loved AVP. Alright, cool. That's fine. We don't need to talk about movies anymore. Yes, it's always there. It is always there. Hey, look, I don't care about the origin story. Is it a good, well-made movie? That's all I care about. I don't give a shit about the lore or anything like that. I really don't. If it is a good movie, it's a good movie. And AVP was not a good movie. You know what I liked? I liked Predators and that Prey. Those Predator movies. They were decent movies. The Adrian Brody Predator, I quite enjoyed it. It had a bit of a lull in the middle. The whole bit with Lawrence Fishburne was kind of boring. But I quite liked Predators. It was really goofy, just like the original Predators movie. I enjoyed it. It was like just stupid enough that I was like, you know what? Yeah. I'm on board with this. This is what I expect from a fucking Predators movie. There's Predators in it. And some of the other guys are in it. Job done. Predator 2 is not great, but there's a weird story behind Predator 2. I can't remember what it was. See if I can find it. I remember thinking, huh, that's interesting. So a goal of the sequel was to expand on the Predator's origins and motives, showing the creature has been visiting the planet for centuries, is not psychopathic, don't know why that was important, but just interested in hunting and exploring its spacecraft's interior. That was one of the things they wanted to do. Hopkins had originally envisaged Patrick Swayze playing the role of the cop, teaming up with a returning Arnie. Hopkins also met with Seagal for the role, but he was interested in starring in the film and had his own ideas about the character, wanting to portray him as a CIA psychiatrist and martial arts expert. Hopkins ultimately decided against it, as he wanted the character to be an average Joe type. Due to dispute over salary, Arnie declined to return, and Silver brought in 3 actors, Gary Busey, Stephen Kahan, and Danny Glover, in the role of Harrigan. Production was split between location shooting, mostly at night, and soundstage filming. It's set 10 years after the original. Now, Steven Seagal in Predator 2, don't tell me that a little part of you really wants to see that. Because I would love to see Seagal facing off against the Predator and being like, let's see what your Taekwondo. Let's see if Earth has taught you about Taekwondo or Aikido. No, Aikido. And then and he fights the Predator. He's like, because that's all he does, just palms him off and then flips him over, and the Predator's falling in the corner. He's like, your aggression is working against you, my Predator friend. You know, that kind of shit. And of course, Seagal beats him in a fight. Or the Predator's like, you are so strong, join us. Some shit like that is in this fucking Seagal Predator. You just know it. That at the end, maybe at the end, they take me with them because they see that I'm such a strong fighter. Sure, Steven, sure. Why don't you fucking write the movie, you fucking lump? Alright, we're going to do several quests. Population census, Tarkov. You need to collect a diary. This is in the housing department, which is quite close to the Brodian pub. Sorry, I'm just trying to see where it is. Okay. And then we also have Kill Lads at Pinewood. The door, Tarkov. The door, Tarkov. And for this we need 2 Wi-Fi cameras and the rusted bloody key. And the rusted bloody key can be found oh, you just have to get it? Inside the Claremont shopping mall on the first floor on a pegboard. It can appear at both spawn locations in the same raid. Okay, and then 2 Wi-Fi cameras. This is a clip that Stannis has posted. Steven Seagal is such a fucking clown. I don't think it's possible to describe the ego of that man. I actually think it's beyond measure. If you watch what's that podcast? You know that fat Greek guy and those two other guys, they have a podcast together. It's like, it's pretty edgy, but it can be very fucking funny. They talk about Seagal. They do an episode, Come Town. It's not a recent podcast. Yeah, Come Town. They talk about Seagal, a movie that he made, where he's on the phone. He's on the phone. He's just waving his pistol at the corner. He's just so bad. They broke up. Did they really? Damn. That is a very funny podcast. Sometimes you're gonna be like, oh shit, but it is really funny. Yeah, he does. It's he gets all these old mates of his who are just I think ex-wrestlers. People who haven't been in movies for 20 years. Anyone that will bow down to Seagal. Can you imagine what it's like being on set with him? He's just if you're saying Van Damme almost beat the shit out of him. Let me tell you something. If Jean-Claude Van Damme, a fucking ballerina, is almost kicking the shit out of you, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, caveman, what the fuck? I guess they all just know he's a cunt. Jimmy, you can post a fucking funny Steven Seagal clip anytime you like, baby. Oh shit, I've missed it. I've dragged the wrong thing. Hang on. This is very funny. If you love Steven Seagal. What the fuck is he doing? He's waving around like he's never seen one before. Yeah. We hired you because you're the best. I agree, Stannis. I mean, I know people like Joe Rogan, and are like, you know, they tend to think that if you're not a fan of Joe Rogan, you're some kind of, oh, you're too woke. But I don't know, dude. A lot of the shit that he talks about, a lot of the people he has on his show are on the cusp of insanity. Like, You know Terrence Howard? Did you see him on that shit? What are you giving platform to these guys for? You're not asking the right questions. You're not in a position to ask the right questions. So you're giving a platform to someone who is legitimately insane. And now people are like saying, I don't know, I think it's important we hear both sides. There is no both sides to Terrence Howard's shit. And his stuff is not even the craziest shit you see on Joe Rogan. His stuff is like tame by comparison. But it's just another example of like, I think these things deserve a platform. It's important we talk about it. To what end? We're gonna get any fucking loon on? Why Terrence Howard? Because he's famous? Just be honest. He's famous, so we wanted to have him on the show. You know he was the highest paid actor on Iron Man 1? Like, I just don't understand when we were like, you know what, it's important that we hear what fringe lunatics like Terrence Howard have to say. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Why are you giving this moron a fucking platform in the name of, what, some kind of, oh, this is just as valid? No, it's not. Why is this guy being given this platform? He's fucking insane. Like, some of Terrence Howard's claims. For his fucking so-called thesis, right? Or his treatise, to dress it up a little more. If you watch, there's a video that went out recently, I think. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is not some phenomenal scientist. Right? He's a pretty standard scientist who, because he can present quite well, has found some kind of fame. I don't dislike him. He's a little bit of an egotist, I think. I think he's got a little bit of an ego there. Like, I think, you know, he's a little bit of a guy who's sort of. Can I fucking reload a mag? He's not a bad guy. He has a love of science. I think his heart is in the right place. Terrence Howard is not that guy. 1 × 1 = 2, because an action plus an action cannot equal the same. It has to be more. He said that it's impossible for a square root, God, what was it? To be larger than the original number. Within 2 minutes of this video, Neil deGrasse Tyson is like, here are some examples of where that is the case. For example, the number 0.8 or whatever, like anything below 1, your thesis is already falling apart. He doesn't understand maths. because he's thinking of numbers as they have to be physical, and that a multiplication is like an action in the same way that something in the physical world is an action. Like, he's bonkers. And that's my issue. When he goes on Joe Rogan, I looked at the comments on the Neil deGrasse Tyson vid, and it was people saying, yeah, I think I probably do disagree with some of what Terrence Howard said, but I think it's important that we listen to this stuff. Because I thought he raised some interesting points. No, he didn't raise any interesting points. Any more than an insane person on a street corner raises interesting points.
Понятно.
Like, you don't have to give these people a platform. Like, you just, it's not relevant. Who is it helping? Is this for the good of humanity? That we give people who don't understand mathematics and refuse to, and say, no, 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 you're wrong, that they get the same platform as someone who does understand mathematics? Like, are you kidding me? What is happening? But here's the thing, I don't think, if you showed me a picture of Terrence Howard prior to this, him being on Rogan, I might have even forgotten his name. I would have vaguely recognized him. But now, I would say the thing I know him best for is that insane guy that was on Joe Rogan. I just disagree with this idea that these guys deserve this platform because it's important to hear both sides. Sometimes there aren't two sides, guys. Like, I'm sorry, but this is not a side worth listening to. Any more than someone just saying no to everything anyone says is a counterpoint. Like, it's not how it works. And that's like my concern. Oh, we left a bunch of stuff behind. Who had that bag? No, don't pick up the shit you don't want. Yeah. No, we don't want that. So yeah, I'm alarmed when people like him are given a platform in the name of, oh, that's fair. So it's only fair. The only reason that you would think it was fair is if you were also insane And we're like, it's about time insane people had a platform. No, it's not. You're insane. That's the point. We don't want to listen to these people. What do you mean? Like, what the fuck? It's just this continual celebration of idiots. It's just really fucking sad. Well, who are you to call Terrence Howard an idiot? Have you written a treatise about physics? No. Do you know why? Because I'm not a fucking physicist, and neither is he. I don't think I've ever killed so many scavs in one place. Lads, I'm just trying to quest here.
What's up? Куда он же пропал?
Look, I don't think anything could put these guys off coming at me right now. They want blood. To be honest with you, I don't even know where I am. Oh, I think I do know where I am. I want to go This way? No, not quite. If we run all the way along here... we can go left. Dead bodies in the hallway building. Thank you. Who played that? Who played that? Don't do it. I'll fucking ban you. Don't fucking do it. I'm not even kidding. You've banned a bunch of them. Please don't play the knock ones. Players. AI PMCs just chilling in the middle of the street while the fucking scavs just run around them. There's too many fucking enemies. Can I please just do my quest? I just want to run away. We must have killed 30 guys. 1,000,000 guys. It's like, what are you guys doing there? Killed 21. Let's watch some hooker. TJ, I believe we got a case to crack. Where do we leave it? Oh yeah, Stacy's tied up. Useless beggar.
The bracelet.
What about it?
It's gone. Hey, listen. If you lost it back there, it's our necks.
Look, will you two forget it?
Well, I think he's in. I think he is in. One sec.
Han 46 just gifted 5 subs.
5 subs, tack så mycket. Goodwill Hunting cast. What was the name of the guy? He makes him see him. George Plimpton. Is that George Plimpton? Really looks like him. TJ Hooker, The Obsession. Surely not. It looks too young. No. I'm going crazy.
About that, David. We have to figure out what to do with her. We can't be dragging a live cop around with us.
She's right, man. We don't need her now.
We could take her up to one of those deserted canyons. Up above Terhune Beach. It'd be weeks, maybe months before anybody found her.
What's the matter, Marlene?
She too pretty for you? Is that eating you up, huh?
Are you getting a thing for her? Is that it? All that blonde hair and all that baby face. Well, you're not kicking me out of bed for her. Come here. Oh!
Hey, come on. We're all in this together. Right?
What am I? What a bunch of fucking 14-year-olds here? What's happening? What's Stacy up to? Oh, she somehow has a wedding ring, engagement ring. Where is this meant to be? Look at that fucking harbor.
Anybody wearing one of these? Looks expensive.
American Pacific. You do provide the trophies for the American Pacific race, don't you?
Yeah, we sure do. You can see some of them in the pictures around here. But we don't handle any jewelry like that bracelet.
When was the last time somebody from around here won that race?
That's easy. The Lucinda, 2 years ago.
Guys don't wear hats like that anymore.
Not as well as I'd like to. Name's Georgia Wilson. Gentlemen, she is a whole lot of woman. The Lucinda's birthed over at the Gold Coast Marina, if you're interested.
We'll give it a try. Thank you.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
You Miss Wilson?
Yes, I am. Now, what can I do for my local police department?
You recognize this bracelet?
Well, sure.
That
it's
bonnet
one of those I had made up for members of my crew.
is incredible.
Something wrong?
There's been a robbery and a kidnapping. One of the suspects wore that bracelet.
Your crew? Personal friends? Professionals?
Friends, yes, but just off the top.
Look at the size of her fucking hair, man. Look at this fucking bonnet.
My head, I don't remember just which ones were on that particular race with me.
Give it some thought, Miss Wilson.
I will. I promise.
That hair is doubling the height of her head.
How do I get in touch?
Call the number on this card. Any time of the day.
Anytime, Sergeant Hooker?
Oh, hello.
I'll be there.
Bazinga! Riz King, Riz King, Riz King. They don't make vans like that anymore. And that's a shame, because that's a belter of a van.
Come on. You're about to take a fall. John can't even handle a woman who can't use her hands.
I can handle her.
Hey, give it to me. Hey, I'll do it. I don't need a gun. Hey, here's a piece of cake, man. Drop it. Listen, I'll say when, and I'll say how, okay? Okay? Okay. Okay. All right.
All right. Now, you and me, we're gonna take a little walk. Just you and me. Okay. Easy now. I'm just gonna take your gag off. That better?
Give it up, David. Now, while you still can.
Hey, I'm not the one who's in trouble.
You don't know what trouble is. Think about it. Every cop in this state is looking for me right now. You kill me, they'll have your head.
I'm not gonna let anybody hurt you.
What about Marlene?
She's just jealous. She thinks we might get something going between us, you know?
She's right.
I gotta make up my mind about you. I'll give you this much, though. Nobody kill anything as pretty as you. Nobody. Except me.
Those animals have Stacy. Why? A hostage?
Animals.
Safe ticket across the border?
4 Adam 30, 4 Adam 30.
From a Georgia Wilson. Will you accept?
Roger, patch you through.
Hooker, what do you got, Miss Wilson?
I'm not sure, Sergeant. After you left, I made some calls. All of my crew on that race were good friends. They still are. But there was one exception. One of my regular crew came down sick, so we picked up this young man named Charlie. I never knew his last name.
And Charlie has one of the bracelets?
Oh, yes, everybody did. But about 3 days into the race, we found out that he had a drug problem.
Charlie
Very heavy problem.
Bank Robber.
It was a
His
bad
name was
thing.
Charlie Bank
We were all
Robber.
glad when the race was over.
Have you seen this Charlie since then?
I think so. Yes, he hangs around the marina. I think he does odd jobs on boats, things like that.
We'll check it out. Thank you, Miss Wilson.
Call me, Georgia.
Okay, Georgia.
And just call me anytime.
Okay, anytime.
It's a warm-hearted lady.
If this Charlie's a big user and he scores at the marina, I know who he's buying from. Scooter Riley.
You know what the sad thing is about the linking, the sort of inter-scene music? Is these guys are fucking killing it. Alright? These guys are fucking killing it. They are so good. And they're like, right, stop the tune there because we need some more bullshit with Hooker. Alright? If you guys keep playing, we can't hear the bullshit. We have to be able to hear the fucking shit with Hooker. Is that cool? Everybody cool with that? Everybody cool? Just stop the playing just when it's getting good and people want more. Just stop. Because we got it. I mean, what are we here for? We're here to listen to fucking Hooker. Fuck off. Fuck off. It's a disgrace. Don't be pulling Kenny G out, alright? This is much better than Kenny fucking G. Here's what we're gonna do in order to get this shit done. Alright? We're going in with pistol only. I think that the bigger the amount of shit you bring in, the more interested the scavs are. Let's test this theory. There is apparently a Fantasy Premier League going on the Discord, yes. I haven't signed up yet. I couldn't get it to work, unfortunately. Also, I know what'll happen. I know what'll happen. I was thinking about it. Ashwin was going to be in a Fantasy Premier League. He told me about it. I was too late to join it. And then I remembered why I used to do them. And same thing happens every fucking time. A couple of people are really good at it, and they steam ahead, and everybody else gives up. Because it's like a fucking 9-month commitment. And you're not going to catch up. You're just not. Like, they're going to continually make good changes. You're not. Fuck it. I'm out. I'm not good enough. You guys beat me. Congrats. GG. I don't think Munt's in the FPL, is he? Oh my god, we're dead.
Вроде никого.
Whew.
Короче, капец себе, служивый!
Yeah, but this is PvE, isn't it? Damn. I didn't think it could be in here, but I think it could be in there. It might be in negotiation, unfortunately, and I forgot to bring the fucking key. Nuts. Love that.
Шалава. Сука, ёбнули нашего. Сука, ёбнули нашего.
Yeah, that last shot was really unpleasant. We had him and they just tagged us. They never stop. Fucking dick. You better have a PMC on you, bud.
This is tactically dangerous.
CMS, I mean. They're not going to have one. There is a medical station across the way that might have one. Ooh, I think it was a way back though, the serve 12, right? The van isn't that far. It's genuinely not that far.
Хуярь медведя! Падлый!
Come on. Come on.
Вот он! Сука!
Сука, ёбнули нашего!
Stop crying, bitch!
I wouldn't worry about him.
We can make this. If we don't get shot. When you say back of the van, you mean the one that we got in that had like the gun crates in? I believe you, but I don't remember there being one there, but I believe you. Where do you think it was? Like in one of these boxes? We might die before we even get there. Like it was just enough.
dumb run. We achieved nothing other than an insane fight. Fucking hell. It was fun. It was fun. I had fun.
I was not expecting this. Let's put it that way.
Killed 24 scabs. Bit mad, eh? Alright, I'll be back tomorrow. Last stream for a week tomorrow. Last streams. Because I have to head off to Bristol for a week. I'm going to record some fun stuff. Secret Project, Games Night, Mystery Quest, and another Secret Project. And then whatever, and a Triforce, of course. And then whatever else, I'm there. I love going down to Bristol. But yes, I will be back tomorrow. Thanks for indulging me in my movie chat. I could talk about movies all fucking day. I love, of all my loves, more than games, more than anything, I fucking love films. And discussing them, talking about them, hearing people's takes on them, debating stuff. It's fascinating. To me, it's the most interesting art form. I love it. Anyway, cheers for watching. Take it easy and peace out.